Hi everyone, I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of August 4th. We have a pretty busy week in the cosmic skies on August 4th. Today we have the Leo new moon. This is a really powerful new moon because it's opening us to a new beginning. All new moons represent a new beginning, the start of a lunar cycle. But there's also a lot of energy brewing in our cosmic skies right now that's kind of holding us back, making us feel like we have to tie up loose ends. This feeling of needing to go back over things, go back to the past. It's this push-pull between the old and the new. Maybe the new is here, maybe it's not there, maybe we can sense it, but there's this feeling that before we can fully launch into the new, we have to wrap up the old. There's something here that still needs our attention. So it's this very maybe troubling push-pull between the old and the new. And I would say that through all of the energies that the Leo new moon is offering us, this push-pull, the feeling of having one foot in the new and one foot in the old, whatever you're going through, whatever you're experiencing, to come back to simplicity. Simplicity is the highest vibration of Leo energy. We think of Leo as the big, grand, lion, luxury. Leos are always, want to be front and center. That's the stereotype, right? But on the highest level, on the highest octave, Leo actually is about simplicity. It's the simplicity and the strength that kind of comes if we think of the lion, right, in just being itself. The lion doesn't have to be anything other than itself. And it's that kind of simplicity that we can come back to whatever's going on for us. Whether we have one foot in the old, one foot in the new, whatever push-pull tension we're feeling, come back to this idea of simplicity. There is also beautiful healing energy around the Leo new moon, Chariklo, which is an asteroid. She's kind of known as the wife of Chiron. She's known as the asteroid of spirit medicine. She can be very healing. She can help direct us to the medicine that we need. Now, I'm saying medicine because, yes, sometimes it could be, a pharmaceutical drug, a herbal medicine, but maybe it's also a piece of advice, wisdom, spending time in nature, a realization, an aha moment. Medicine can come in many forms. So if there's a medicine that you feel like you need, set an intention out there under this new moon. Set an intention to find the medicine that you need, to be guided to the medicine that you need. Chariklo will be helping us with that. Then following the new moon on the 5th, so actually this will kind of depend on your time zone a little bit. The new moon could happen on the 3rd or 4th, depending on your time zone, and Mercury retrograde, which happens on the 5th in some time zones, can also happen on the 4th. I don't know if that was confusing, but basically we're already feeling the Mercury retrograde energies. On the 5th, we have Mercury going retrograde, which is kind of adding to that needing to be, one foot back, kind of in the past, wrapping stuff up. That's very, Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is pretty popular. I would say a lot of people have kind of heard of it, right? And we tend to consider it this annoying, frustrating time where we have mishaps, miscommunications, we forget things. There are travel delays or travel mix-ups, communications, things lost in translation, like Mercury rules over transport, the postal system, time, so there's just this sense of when it's in retrograde that we experience all these mishaps. And yes, that definitely is a manifestation. And yes, it does seem like Mercury retrograde can make us a little bit scatterbrained and we're more easy to slip up or make a mistake or things go missing or awry. Mercury is also a little bit of a trickster, so there's trickster energy around us at this time too. And yes, while all of that is a manifestation, I want you to start thinking about the silver lining to Mercury retrograde, and that is this heightened intuitive time. Mercury retrograde heightens our intuition. If we think of Mercury as the planet of communication, when it's in retrograde, our external communication efforts are maybe not the best, I don't know, but our internal ones is where the energy is directed. Our intuition, our more subtle senses, our, inner voice becomes heightened and activated. So this is a really good time to focus on your inner voice, your inner world. Slow down. Mercury retrograde is a great time to slow down and listen within. Even if you've got people telling you stuff in the outside world, what wisdom resonates with you in your inner world? And the only way we can really do that is by practicing stillness. And so Mercury retrograde is a great time to do that. Mercury retrograde is also a great time to pay attention to your dreaming state. A lot of the time, the messages that we're seeking, the messages that are lost in translation in our waking world, can come to us in the dream world or in meditation. So, a great time to go within. And then on August 8th, we have Lionsgate, the Lionsgate portal. I get so many questions at this time of year about what the Lionsgate portal is. There's so much information out there about it being a negative time. What does it all mean? Let me give you a very, very brief rundown. I have a very in-depth article that you can find at foreverconscious.com. I go through all of what Lionsgate is about. So check it out if you want to know more. Essentially, if you remember back on July 4th, we had the Sirius gateway. So Sirius is considered our spiritual sun. And on July 4th, Sirius met with the sun. Their energies merged, and we got this incredible rebirth of our own spirit energy, this fusing of our sun with our spiritual sun. Now, however, Sirius has moved enough away from the sun that it's rising once again. If you imagine Sirius and the sun, you can't see it, right? It's blinded by the light of the sun. But now Sirius has moved far enough away that you can see it again. It's moved out of the sun's rays. And that rising of Sirius is what the Lionsgate portal celebrates. This rising of Sirius actually happens, it depends on where in the world you live, where you'll start to see Sirius rising again. But it really starts to happen from the end of July all the way to about the midpoint of August. So it really covers that whole time. Why August 8th has been singled out as a heightened point for this rising is because two reasons. One, the numerology of the eighth month of the eighth day of the eighth month. This year, it's also a number 8 year, so we're getting triple eights, triple eight energy. But also because the sun is halfway through Leo season at this point and at its strongest, at the midpoint, at its strongest point. Leo rules the sun. So that is why the gateway, the portal, the height of it is celebrated on August 8th. Maybe it's debatable as to if that is the most powerful concentrated day. Maybe we're just moving through the most powerful concentrated time, but that will be up for you to feel into. These energies are on offer. It's not like they activate on the 8th and then they go away. They have been building for some time and we can work with them for some time and then they'll fade for some time. So the 8th of August brings us the activation of the Lionsgate energy, a time to work with the rising of Sirius, the rising of our own spirit energy. So if we imagine back in the start of July, our spirit energy was getting a rebirth. And now we have been reborn. Under the Lionsgate portal, our spirit energy is ready. It's reborn. It's ready to go out into the world and be in this new state of being. So see how that maybe resonates with you. Feel into the energies for yourself. There is some stuff online about the Lionsgate portal being a dark portal and that we're all being tricked into working with the energy. Every portal, every moon, every cosmic alignment can be used how you wish to use it. It's all your intention. You are not inadvertently adding negativity to the world if you work with the Lionsgate portal with conscious awareness and intention for yourself, for your spirit energy, for the good of you and your life. Excuse me. every portal can be used for bad or good. It's just your intention. So I get a lot of people asking me that around this time of year. Is it a bad portal? Should I not be doing anything? Firstly, you got to listen to your own intuition. You got to follow your own intuition. And secondly, we're looking here at the rising of Sirius, the rising of our own spirit energy. Use that how you will. If you'd like some rituals, I have a ritual for the new moon. I also have a bunch of rituals on the site for Lionsgate too, if you want to do one just for the Lionsgate portal. I will drop a link in the description box below. Head over to foreverconscious.com. You may have to type in Lionsgate into the search bar, but if you do that, all the resources will come up there for you. All right, I hope that's helpful. I want to sort of summarize and then I'm going to pull a card, but this is a little bit of a up and down, topsy-turvy week because we just have all of these concentrated energies. We've got this new moon, we got Mercury in there, we've got the Lionsgate energy in there. I kind of feel like when I look at the energy of the week, it's like up and down, up and down. And there's this, tension between the old and the new and trying to find that balance, but coming back to simplicity. And now I'm going to pull a card from my deck, the Cosmic Astrology Oracle. Thank you so much to everybody who has purchased. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful for your support. And I'm also loving all the positive feedback. I'm so glad you all seem to love the deck. I am very proud of it. So thank you very much. I'm just going to shuffle and we'll pull a card for the week. If you would like to get your hands on a deck, they're available on Etsy. I'll put a link below, but you can also just search for Forever Conscious on Etsy, and I'm sure they'll come up. Okay. Oh, Pisces. Okay, we've got the Pisces card here. I don't know if you can see that beautiful holographic effect. All right, let's see. There's a little booklet. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll kind of paraphrase. So Pisces is represented by two fish swimming in opposite directions. Actually, before I continue, it's interesting that on the card it says their completion. And we talked about having 1 foot in the old and 1 foot in the new, needing to wrap stuff up. So yes, maybe at this point in the year, we are at a completion point, at a completion point in the cycle of the year. Pisces is represented by two fish swimming in opposite directions. Even though they see the world differently, the fish return to the same place as their journey is a circle. The two fish represent the duality of life, the light and the dark that is part of our journey. We cannot recognize one without the other. As Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, it is also said to have a little bit of each sign located within its vibrational signature, reminding us that all of our experiences create the whole. When the Pisces card comes around, it's time to reflect on the journey you have been traveling. You may find yourself feeling a sense of closure or endings, and this card is also a sign that the time has come to close a chapter in your life. That's very interesting, speaking of reflection and thinking about what needs to end. Because that is, kind of what's happening with the Mercury retrograde too. Pisces is also a highly creative energy, so this card sends waves of support to any creative endeavors you might be working on. Go with the flow and trust your process. Pisces is also connected to our spirituality, which is interesting. We've got this beautiful spiritual gateway happening. Its energy can guide us to seek a deeper spiritual truth about our time here on Earth. That kind of lines up with Lionsgate. For every card, I have some additional meanings, and I kind of want to read a couple because I think it might be helpful. Clear the old so the new can emerge. Don't absorb the emotions of others. That's a big one. Trust your intuition, especially with Mercury retrograde. Flow rather than trying to control. Music can be healing. Pisces rules music. Recognize that light and dark coexist and reconnect with the oneness that you are. It also says here what you're manifesting or asking for will come about during Pisces season, which is February 19th to March 20th. So this is a new moon, maybe whatever we're working with now, maybe our completion point comes in February. I don't know, just offering that from our card of the week. All right, you all have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week. Take care. Enjoy these energies. Look after yourself.